I wish to know the Ready Player One poems.
Well, you got it, Gilded Goat. So soon. Ah! Oh no. 2 Ready Player One poems. Thank you, Mr. Foxhound. Oh no, it's getting into the donation thing. Okay. It's Cline time. It's Cline o'clock. Already. I didn't think $10 would come in that quickly. Okay. This is called Nerd Porn Auteur by Ernest Cline. I've noticed that there don't seem to be any porno movies that are made for guys like me. All the porn I've come across was targeted at beer-swilling, sports bar-dwelling alpha males, men who like their women stupid and submissive, men who can only get it up for monosyllabic, cock-hungry nymphos with gargantuan breasts and a 3-word vocabulary. Adult films are populated with these collagen-injected, liposuctioned women, many of whom have resorted to surgery and self-mutilation in an attempt to look the way they have been told to look. These aren't real women, they're objects. And these movies aren't erotic, they're pathetic. These vacuum-headed fuck bunnies don't turn me on, they disgust me. And it's not that I'm against pornography. I mean, I'm a guy, and guys need porn. Fact. Like a preacher needs pain, like a needle needs a vein. Guys need porn. But I don't want to watch this misogynist, He-Man woman hater porn. I want porno movies that are made with guys like me in mind. Guys who know that the sexiest thing in the world is a woman who's smarter than you are. You can have the whole cheerleading squad. Man, so many rips on, like blonde bimbo-y, like they're people, Ernest, they're people. Anyway, you can have the whole cheerleading squad. I want the girl in the tweed skirt and the horn-rimmed glassies, Benny Finnebowski, the valedictorian. Oh yes. First I want to copy her trig homework, then I want to make mad, passionate love to her for hours and hours until she reluctantly asks if we can stop because she doesn't want to miss Battlestar Galactica. Summa cum laude, baby! Now that's what I call erotic. But do you ever see that kind of a woman in a contemporary adult film? No. Which is why I'm gonna start writing and directing geek porno. I shall be the quintessential nerd porn auteur. And the women in my porno movies will be the kind that drive nerds like me mad with desire. I'm talking about the girls that used to fuck up the grading curve, the girls in the Latin Club and the National Honor Society, chicks with weird clothes, braces, 4 eyes, and 4.0 GPAs, brainy, articulate bookworms with Mensa cards in their purses and chips on their shoulders. Fuck you! My porn starlets will come in all shapes and sizes. My porn starlets will be too busy working on their PhD to go to the gym. In my kind of porno movies, the girls wouldn't even have to get naked. They'd just take the guys down to the rec room and beat them repeatedly at chess, and then talk to them for hours about Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, or the underlying social metaphors in the Aliens movies. Buy stock in some hand cream companies because there's about to be a major shortage. And I'm just not talking about straight porn. Oh no, there should be fuck films for my nerd brethren of all sexual orientations. Gay nerd porn flicks with titles like Dungeons and Drag Queens. This idea is a fucking goldmine. I am going to make millions because this country is full of database programmers and electronics engineers, and they aren't getting the loving they so desperately need. And you can help. If you're an intelligent woman interested in breaking into the adult film industry, and if you can tell me the name of Luke Skywalker's home planet, then you are hired. It doesn't matter if you think you're overweight or unattractive. It doesn't matter if you think you're beautiful. You are beautiful. And I will make you a star. That was Ernest Cline. And I think I won't read the next one just yet. Because I'm supposed to play a video game. Yeah, it seems like spoken word things are usually just people bitching about something. And occasionally it'll have some sort of point. But a lot of times it's just them bitching about something. I still can't get over how much George R.R. Martin looks like he would rather be dead than be sitting next to Ernest Cline in a DeLorean. Oh, he's got every fucking patch on his jacket. Oh, he's got an Atari shirt. Oh, I'm leaving. Okay. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Yeah, let's do some more Ernest Cline. $10 happened. Thanks for following Spook Shoujo. There he is again. Alright, let's find another one. Spoken word. Okay, the next one is titled When I Was a Kid. When I Was a Kid by Ernest Cline. When I was a kid, adults used to bore me to tears with their tedious diatribes about how hard things used to be when they were growing up. What with walking 25 miles each way to school every morning, uphill, both ways, through year-round blizzards, carrying their younger siblings on their back to their one-room schoolhouse where they maintained a straight-A average despite their full-time after-school job at the local textile mill where they worked for 35 cents an hour just to keep their family from starving to death. And I remember promising myself that when I grew up, there was no way in hell I was going to lay a bunch of crap like that on kids about how hard I had it and how easy they've got it. But by now I've reached the ripe old age of 29. Oh god, he was my age when he wrote this fucking shit. I can't help but look around and notice that the youth of today, you've got it so fucking easy. I mean, compared with my childhood, you live in a goddamn utopia. And I hate to say it, but you kids today, you don't know how good you've got it. I mean, when I was a kid, we didn't have the internet. If we wanted to know something, we had to go to the goddamn library and look it up. And there was no emails. You had to literally write somebody a letter with a pen, and then you had to walk all the way across the street and put it in the fucking mailbox. And it would take like a week to get there. And there were no MP3s or Napster. If you talk about nostalgia, if you wanted to steal music, you had to go down to the record store and shoplift it yourself. Or you had to wait around all day and tape it off the radio, and then the DJ would usually talk over the beginning and fuck it all up. You want to hear about hardship? You couldn't just download porn. You had to bribe some homeless dude to buy you a copy of Hustler from the 7-Eleven. It was either that or jack off to the lingerie section of the JCPenney catalog. Those were your options. Man, keep this shit to yourself, Ernest. And there was no call waiting. If you were on the phone and someone else called, they got a busy signal. And we didn't have caller ID either. Was this written in like 1998 or something? When the phone rang, you had no idea who it was. It could be your boss, it could be a collections agent, your mom, your drug dealer. You just didn't know. You had to just pick it up and take your chances, mister. We didn't have any fancy Sony PlayStation games with high-resolution 3D graphics. We had the Atari 2600 with games like Space Invaders and Asteroids, and the graphics sucked ass. Your guy was a square. You had to use your imagination. And look how far that brought you, Ernest. There were no multiple levels or screen. It was just one screen forever. And you never won. The game just kept getting harder and faster until you died, just like life. Those video games built character, Sonny Jim. And when you went to the movie theater, there was no such thing as stadium seating. All the seats were the same height. If a tall guy sat in front of you, you were fucked. And sure, we had cable television, but back then there was only like 20 channels, and there was no on-screen menu. You had to use a little book called the TV Guide to find out what was on. And there was no Cartoon Network. You could only get cartoons on Saturday morning. Do you see what the fuck I'm saying? We had to wait all week, you spoiled little bastards. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The problem with you kids today is that you've got it too damn easy. You're spoiled. I swear to God, you wouldn't last 5 minutes back in 1987. The end. So didn't that feel like an hour? Yeah, it's just whining. It's just whining. Yeah, I already read the one about nerdy girls, sorry. That one was the first, that was the opener. Okay, okay. Goodbye, Ernest. Goodbye. Well. Time to do more Cline. Thanks for the donation for more Cline. This next one... Oh, wait, I gotta change to the... Gotta change to this guy. The next one is called Tech Support. Tech Support by Ernest Cline. Hello, you've reached technical support. Yes, this is technical support. Thank you for calling technical support. This is Ernie. My name is Ernie. I am the one they call Ernie. Ernie speaking. How may I help you? How may I help you this evening? What seems to be the problem? Is your computer generating an error message? Well, when did this happen? How did this happen? What in the hell did you do to it? My God, what the fuck have you done? Relax. It's cool. I'll help you. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help you. All day. All night. Just a big fat twitching brain wired up to a telephone, waiting to answer every goddamn computer-related question that you have. You need my help, and I'm here to help you. Now, tell me what's wrong. It's the internet, right? You need to get on the internet. Booted up, jacked in, online. It's imperative. And I understand. I mean, after all, quote, the internet is a revolutionary means of communication that can decentralize power by providing everyone with a voice, since it is the only truly free medium of global information exchange, as it is not controlled by any one organization, corporation, government, or media cartel. End quote. But you just want to download pictures of Gillian Anderson's pussy, right? You want to send email. You want to send email to Jerry Springer. You're just dying to visit Stone Cold Steve Austin's website. The entire world is at your fingertips, and this is the best that you can come up with. Is he talking to himself? Because he wrote a book that was all like fucking references to stuff. He's not using his brain to the best of its ability. The entire world's at your fingertips. This is the best that you can come up with. You want stock quotes, bomb schematics, bestiality centerfolds. You want to use the pseudonym HotCock007 to pick up Japanese schoolgirls on AOL. But you can't, can you, Captain Caveman, because computer was broken. And the problem could be hardware, software, fucking Tupperware for all you know. Christ, you can't even remember your password. You're in over your head. You're out of your depth. You're 5 kinds of stupid. And you want somebody to hold your hand and tell you exactly what to do. Help me, Ernie. Save me, Ernie. Fix it, Ernie. Ernie, kiss my hard drive and make it better. Relax, you're in good hands. I can help you. The internet is my bitch. You see, the computer and I are one. I speak its language. I'm like fucking Tron. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. By the way, he spelled arigato wrong, and I want to just strangle him through the screen. It has 2 R's in it, and oh, that's not how it's spelled. You see, it's manifest destiny. This is my job. This is what I do. The imposition of order on chaos, symptom on fact, classification on data. I measure time in bits, bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, terabytes. The future has teeth. You see what he did there? Because it's biting. It's its teeth. Do you see what Ernest Cline did there? Did you see what he did there? The thing. And you're seeing all of your worst fear about technology come true. Not only is Big Brother watching you, he knows your PIN number. Welcome, my son, to the machine. Your fate is being decided by forces you can't even begin to comprehend. And you feel like a hairless pink fetus floating in a plexiglass bathtub somewhere deep inside the Matrix. But don't worry, Copper Top, it's cool. You've reached technical support. This is technical support. Thank you for calling technical support. This is Ernie speaking. That was Tech Support by Ernest Cline. Thank you for your $10 donation.
We need a Cline break. We need a Cline break.
I think we do need a Cline break. Thank you, Dijon. Well, let's do a Cline break. Also a bathroom break. I'll do that really quick too. Be right back. It's time for the Cline break. Okay, so the next one on the little list here is called Airwolf. So that's what I'm reading next. But I gotta tell you guys that if you donate $10 more, the one after this is called The Geek Wants Out. And I think that one's probably going to be way more cringy than Airwolf, but let's find out. Airwolf by Ernest Cline. At the dawn of the Paleolithic period, when the first humans left their caves, mastered the secrets of fire...
Always bled.
He can talk when the game is paused? Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this so much. I'm gonna mute Maize just in case. I don't want that fucking asshole to interrupt me when I'm reading fucking Ernest Cline spoken word stuff. Whoa, okay. Mastered the secrets of fire and started making tools with which to hack civilization out of the wilderness. This was mankind's first tiny step towards an unseen, singular goal that would take millennia to achieve. As an aside, I wonder if this poem also mentions how horny he is and how much he needs to get laid and fuck things and masturbate. Let's find out. The centuries that we spent devising physics, mathematics, chemistry, engineering, metallurgy, all of our combined knowledge and technical advancements as a species were to finally culminate in the creation of a machine of such flawless beauty that it now clearly stands out as human civilization's crowning achievement. Airwolf. In 1984, the world's most brilliant scientists and engineers were assembled in secret for the sole purpose of constructing the world's most advanced Mach 1 Plus attack helicopter. This would be more than just an instrument of war. It was a work of art, and no expense was spared in this, mankind's boldest endeavor to date. The original Da Vinci parchments were consulted. Extrapolations were made. Fifth-generation Swiss craftsmen were flown in merely to construct the dashboard. There was painstaking attention to detail, and upon its completion, those present were unable to do anything but stand and marvel in wonder and in awe at the sleek, black, aerodynamic perfection that was Airwolf. For those of you just tuning in, I'm reading some spoken word things by Ernest Cline because that is a donation incentive right now. And I know there are voices of dissent shouting, what about Blue Thunder? What about Knight Rider? Fuck Blue Thunder. Fuck Michael Knight. Airwolf. Airwolf is the adjective we should use to describe anything of majesty, beauty, and intensity. Something that is simply fucking badass is Airwolf. James Brown's music is Airwolf. Shakespeare is Airwolf. Sex? So good. It makes your spine ache and your knees buckle. That's Airwolf. I knew he would mention sex again. What's wrong with this horny man? Stop. Stop. And nothing is more Airwolf than Airwolf. Airwolf is the holy grail, the golden fleece, the thing you want that you cannot have. When you go sprinting through the mall, desperate to fill the emptiness in your life through the purchase of name brand clothing and electronics, you will never achieve satisfaction. Because the one brand name you really want is the one you can never have. Airwolf? Oh, I'm sorry, we're all sold out. That item's only available for a limited time and in very limited supply. One. And only one man stepped forward to purchase it, Stringfellow Hawk, and he bought it for the bargain basement price of having the solid brass balls to steal it from the US government when in their hubris they were foolish enough to ask him to be the test pilot. You don't ask a guy with a name like Stringfellow Hawk to fly your top secret back helicopter. Why? Because he is obviously going to steal it. He's obviously a prototypical American anti-hero for fuck's sake. He lives in the mountains. He plays the cello. His name is, and this is underlined, Stringfellow Hawk. He cannot be trusted. He's not going to use Airwolf to execute American foreign policy. He's going to keep it for himself, which is exactly what you would do, walking out to your backyard to stare at it every night around sunset, the sight of it filling you with such peace and resonant satisfaction that you would come to believe the perfect haiku would have just 2 syllables: Airwolf. That was Airwolf by Ernest Cline. So for the record, I have no fucking idea what Airwolf is. I assume it's a fucking 80s TV show that is not good, like the majority of 80s television shows. So yeah, the one after that is called The Geek Wants Out, which I'm looking forward to that one. That seems like a good one to me. What's me to do? I don't. What? Let's read more Ernest Cline. I have to mute Maize so that the teddy bear doesn't talk to me because I hate him. I hate him so much. One more Ernest Cline for the road. Because I think this is close to the road, the end, I hope. Okay, here we go. Thank you for the donation. Alright, this is a long one. This one has a lot of references in it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The Geek Wants Out by Ernest Cline. At first glance, I probably appear to be a somewhat ordinary, somewhat average-looking fellow. Calm, harmless, at ease. But this is by design. You see, it is through decades of research and rigorous training that I have crafted this facade of normalcy. And now, through intense concentration, I am able to function in a social setting. I can speak at length with educated people about pertinent matters of public importance, such as literature or the current political climate in Europe. I'm capable of conversing with you without ever revealing that just underneath the surface of this manufactured veneer, there hides an altogether different person. A monster, some might say. My alter ego. He is the opposite of the image I project. He is the antithesis of cool. Yeah, he is projecting. This guy is projecting coolness in social situations and positive. The antithesis of cool. He is the last person you want to get trapped in a conversation with. He is the geek. Title case. The obsessive science fiction movie watching, comic book collecting, Monty Python dialogue memorizing, Dungeons and Dragons playing geek that I struggle daily to keep hidden from the world. But the geek wants out. Also title case. He wants to talk to you. He wants to give you his doctoral dissertation on why The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension is the greatest fucking film of all time. He wants to bitch slap you because you've never seen Big Trouble in Little China. What? Have you been living in a fucking cave? He wants to kick your ass in Star Wars Trivial Pursuit, and he will because he is a fucking geek. He wants his toys. He wants the complete set in mint condition, still in the box. He wants every item on the planet that is even remotely related to Ultraman because Ultraman is Airwolf. He could give a squirt of piss about sports or politics or rhetoric. Such things are of no consequence to him. What matters is the release date of the next Lord of the Rings movie. You see, the geek can't wait. The geek has no patience. He wants what he wants, and he wants it, and all he wants is stupid shit. He wants his own TARDIS. He wants his own lightsaber. He wants to buy a DeLorean, and he wants to drive it at 88 miles per hour. He wants movies. He wants to see the director's cut. He wants to find the impossible to find Japanese bootleg with 6 minutes of never-before-seen footage. He wants to watch Blade Runner again. He wants to watch Brazil again. He wants to watch A Clockwork Orange again and again. But I deprive him of these things as best I can until I can no longer ignore his voice screaming in my head. I am Jekyll, which I think he spelled incorrectly. He is Hyde. I am Bruce Banner. He is the Hulk. especially the Hulk from issues number 272 to 378. But no longer. I am putting a stop to all this nerdy shit right now. I am an adult, for Christ's sake. And this body isn't big enough for the both of us. One of us has got to go, and it's got to be him. I'm banishing the geek forever to the Phantom Zone, just like in Superman 2. Because in the end, there can be only one. That was The Geek Wants Out by Ernest Cline. I don't know when that was written, but I think it was before he wrote an entire book of fucking nerd shit that totally... he went against his plan in that particular poem. Ernest Cline. Maize. It's Maize.
Bloody follow. Always blame.
This is a hard day for me. I'm having a rough day. This is a rough stream. Okay, last Ernest Cline thing. The last thing to read from Ernest Cline. Alright, gotta get back to this. I forgot I made him big. I want George R. R. Martin's sad face in there. Okay, well, I should mute Maize because Vlad is going to complain. Computer is not happy for some reason that I wanted to do that. Okay, it's back to Cline time. So, there are 4 tracks that are not on this website, and they are Bottom Bunk Messiah, Curriculum Vitae, Mr. Nostradamus, and Cinema Verite, and I can only assume those are all about fucking nerd girls too. This last one is called Dance Monkeys Dance by Ernest Cline. Ahem, ahem, ahem. Orbiting the sun at about 93 million miles is a little blue planet, and this planet is run by a bunch of monkeys. Now, the monkeys don't think of themselves as monkeys. Is he gonna be like, you're a monkey if you don't know all the Star Wars trivia or something? They don't even think of themselves as animals, and they love to list all the things that they think separate them from the animals. Opposable thumbs, self-awareness. They'll use words like Homo erectus and Australopithecus. I don't know how to fucking pronounce that. You say tomato, I say tomato. They're animals, alright. They're monkeys. Monkeys with high-speed digital fiber optic technology, but monkeys nonetheless. I mean, they're clever, you've got to give them that. The pyramids, skyscrapers, phantom jets, the Great Wall of China. That's all some pretty impressive shit for a bunch of monkeys. Monkeys whose brains have evolved to such an unmanageable size that it's now pretty much impossible for them to stay happy for any length of time. In fact, the only animals that think they're supposed to be happy. All of the animals just can be. But it's not that simple for the monkeys. You see, the monkeys are cursed with consciousness, and so the monkeys are afraid, so the monkeys worry. The monkeys worry about everything, but mostly worry about what other monkeys think, because the monkeys desperately want to fit in with the other monkeys. Which is hard to do, because a lot of the monkeys seem to hate each other. This is what really separates them from the other animals. These monkeys hate. Wow, Ernest Cline, really bringing the world together here with this poem. They hate monkeys that are different. Monkeys from different places. Monkeys who are a different color. You see, the monkeys feel alone. All 6 billion of them. Some of the monkeys pay another monkey to listen to their problems. Because the monkeys want answers, and the monkeys don't want to die. So the monkeys make up gods, and then they worship them. The monkeys argue over whose made-up god is better, and then the monkeys get really pissed off, and that's usually when the monkeys decide that it's a good time to start killing each other. So the monkeys wage war. The monkeys make hydrogen bombs. The monkeys have got their whole fucking planet wired up to explode. The monkeys just can't help it. Some of the monkeys play to a sold-out crowd of other monkeys. The monkeys make trophies and then they give them to each other like it means something. Some of the monkeys think that they have it all worked out. Some of the monkeys read Nietzsche. The monkeys argue about Nietzsche without giving any consideration to the fact that Nietzsche was just another fucking monkey. Fuck you, Nietzsche. The monkeys make plans. The monkeys fall in love. Here it comes, bitches. Are you ready for it? The monkeys fuck. And then they make more monkeys. The monkeys make music. And then the monkeys dance. Dance, monkeys. Dance. The monkeys make a hell of a lot of noise. Exhibit A, monkey making noise. And when he's done, 5 other randomly selected monkeys will rate this monkey's noises on a scale from 1 to 10. At the end of the night, they all add up the numbers to see which monkey made the best noises. As you can see, these are some fucked up monkeys. These monkeys are at once the ugliest and most beautiful creatures on the planet. And the monkeys don't want to be monkeys. They want to be something else. But they're not. That was Dance Monkeys Dance by Ernest Cline. Thank you. Oh, notes for Kurt Vonnegut and Douglas Adams. And you. Oh my god. For Kurt Vonnegut and Douglas Adams. I love you. Oh.